Hello everybody and welcome out to another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. My name is Chris Yee and today we're taking a look at Freedom and Freeze's Free Ride. I could sing a song right now, but I won't. Instead, I'm going to say this is a Rio Grande game. Pretty cool looking cover actually, which is more than I can say about a lot of Freedom and Freeze games. A train game from Freedom and Freeze. This looks, you know, kind of a lot like maybe Power Grid map type thing. Around the end of the 19th century, a growing network of railway lines was built across Europe. This allowed people to travel from to major cities to visit beautiful structures influenced by Art Nouveau and historicism. In Free Ride, you're taking charge of the building of railway lines. Connect the cities in Europe. Woohoo! All right, it's a route connection game. I like that. The goal of Free Ride is to visit as many cities as possible. Also has a solo challenge. Very cool. Take a look in here. Oh, punch boards. Ooh, these are big punchies. I don't know what that's all about. Okay, so these pop out nice and easily. We got spokes, train, coins. I don't know what these are, actually. But I'm sure we shall find out the more that we dig into this glorious, glorious box. Yes. Here we go. So I'm going to assume this is like a first player token or something. And this one over here is just because they use the same punching press to do both sheets, because they have pretty much the exact same components on both of these, same coins and stuff. And so these things, if you ever wonder why they're in your game, is because it costs more money to manufacture two different punch-out sheets, like cutters, than to just use the same one and have excess blink unused tokens. Let's take a look at the rulebook here. The rulebook is not that big. I was expecting it to be more like box-sized, but here you go. It's a normal sized rulebook. So here's the story that we already read. Main concepts of Free Ride. New concept of Free Ride. Before explaining the game in detail, we'll give you a quick overview of two central concepts in Free Ride. Railway lines you are building between the cities. Very good. Yes, that is how railways usually worked. There's three kinds of railway lines. Your lines, lines owned by fellow players, and state-owned lines. Oh, that's cool. I like that idea. Coins are limited, so those are coins. There's also travel routes. Here in the game, you can choose from 6 travel routes in the public display. Each travel route consists of 3 city cards and offers 2 different options. Okay, take 2 of the 3. All right, very cool. So it sounds like you're getting cards or something and then building routes. Here's the setup, game preparation, as they call it here. So coins for players, depending on the number of players, a couple of different tokens and stuff. There we go. So I'm guessing that these are the routes that they were calling them over here, or not the routes, but what were these called? The travel routes. Did you say routes or routes? Because I say them both very interchangeably. Different rules for 2 players. Not a terribly thick rule book. Prologue. Choose your. Okay, so there's something that you do before the start of the game. The main game here. You can build rails. You can ride the trains. Because you are, I guess, actually trying to physically visit as many cities as possible. Or C, take rail tokens. So it looks like there's 3 options for actions in the game. Build railways, ride them, or take tokens. After connecting the cities with railway lines and finishing travel routes. Okay, cool. So that's the main point of the game here. Solo challenge here in the back of the rule book. And then the structures. Oh, that's really cool. I like games that do this type of a thing here. It shows you the different cities. It shows you the different historical dates of when they were built and everything. I like touches like that. All right, let's look at the board. This is one of them big Freedom and Freeze boards. Maybe one day he'll allow publishers to cut his board into 6 slices instead of just the 4. But that's why this is so big. And the box is so big because simply of that reason. I wonder if I can zoom out at all. Oh, just a little bit there. So it's Europe. Maybe you've seen it before. It looks very plain. But I mean, people seem to like the 2F Spiele, Freedom and Freeze type green artwork that's very plain. Anything on the back? Ooh, I like that. Bigger pictures of all the postcards of the cities. Well, that's neat. And then lastly, what do we got here? We got them wood pieces. Ooh. So you got your own pieces here. Maybe these represent train stations or something that you can overbuild on top of it looked like from the rulebook that you could build out these train tracks here. So I believe these are either generic train cars or these are the tracks that you lay. And it looks like these ones will go over them. So like you build this out onto the board, and then you can put this on top of it. Woo-wee! Look at that. That is some engineering right there. That's some civil engineering. And then of course, you can't have a train game without train meeples. These must be just like a generic shape that like a lot of games use, which makes sense because why reinvent the wheel or the train spoke for every game that uses trains? We'd be here. I mean, they'd be manufacturing new train meeples all week long over at the train meeple factories. Okay, so here we go. Barcelona cards. There's a few copies of each. Looks like 3 of each. Bordeaux. I know how to pronounce that one. Bremen. Sorry if I was holding those off camera here. Bremen, yeah, that's from Dune. Brussels. I only know how to pronounce that because of that other game called Brussels. Come on, camera, focus. Lisboa. Wow, what the heck is this city? Okay. Milano. Those are the cookies. That's where those are from. Marseille. You got Paris. Anyway, these cards are all going to look pretty much the exact same. So it looks like you grab cards and then you use cards to build out Sarajevo, build out routes, and then you can move your passenger along those routes. And that sounds neat. Sounds like a simple conceit, not a long rule book or anything. I made a huge mess, but that's okay because we'll clean that up later. So that's your quick look at Friedemann Fries's Free Ride. Thanks for coming by another Dice Tower Daily Unboxing. Have yourselves a fantastic day.